Trojan Sports Now.
Welcome back to Trojan Sports Now. We are nearing the end of homecoming week and all of its festivities and all the things that surround it. Now, Trojan fans all over have been building up their Trojan pride, preparing to return to where they made some of the best memories of their lives, except there's one thing missing, and that's Trojan football. Well, we finally get to see the football team take the field this weekend after we all had to endure a week without it due to the first bye week of the season. And while we patiently await the return to the field, the Trojan football team sits pretty at a 4-1 record on the season.
Happy to have Johnson back down the seam, right on target, and there's the quick strike offense.
It's been 5 straight games and 3 road trips for the Trojan football team.
Silvers, Douglas, Enzo. The gamble pays off.
Now 4-1 on the season, and coming off a bye week, the players say was much needed.
It's where we needed it. You know, it's a good time for us.
Gave the guys off over the weekend, gave them some time off last Sunday, Monday as well. Needed to refresh their body and their minds.
And speaking of being refreshed, after 5 straight contests, the Trojans look to do just that.
Too easy.
Practicing a total of 3 times last week.
The biggest part of the bye week is getting our guys refreshed. You know, we were beat up at a few key positions.
We just really focus on us, those 3 practices for those 3 days, and you know, that's what we've really been doing. You know, the whole year, just been really focused on us. And we've done pretty well so far.
And as for this season's first bye week and how to approach a week off, Coach Brown references last season's 2 bye weeks, both of which led to a loss the following week.
We completely overhauled how we went about the bye week compared to last year. We did not play very good football coming off bye weeks last year if you look at the scores of the games that we played, so we changed things up and hopefully have a better recipe this time.
And now for the players to talk about the game. They lost a tough one to Georgia State last year, 31-21 in the Georgia Dome. But this year, players are looking to continue that one trend they've been set on all season.
Still got this thing going on, redemption road, where we played Idaho last week. We had a redemption road because they came and beat us last year at homecoming, and then we went up to Georgia State last year and lost to them. So this is a redemption road number 2 game that we got in our mind.
Whenever you got to see a team that you lost to the year before, of course, something should click off in your head, or that should be in your head that, okay, we lost, and I think it was their homecoming when we lost to them. I'm not sure, but we got them here for our homecoming, and things are going good. And, I know being at the top of the Sun Belt right now, everybody wants to knock us off, so it's going to be a good battle.
We're ready to be back in front of the fans, and we're a different team. We play different, and Georgia State got us last year, so we're looking to get them back this year. We really didn't get much in the Georgia State game plan, but that we know of. I mean, I'm sure the plays we run last week are going in this week. So, we just really focus on us, those 3 practices for those 3 days, and that's what we've really been doing. The whole year.
So this bye week, we actually did some one-on-one, practices, so we can still compete and still work on the things we need to work on.
We're 2-0 in the conference, and that's real biggest thing. But we feel good. We got a few days off last week. Much needed bye week, so we're ready to get things going back this week.
That's going to be great. Homecoming is going to be a lot of different events going on and a lot of alumni coming back, and I think people are very excited of what we have going on, so we're really expecting a good crowd.
This Saturday's homecoming game against Georgia State will kick off at 2:30 p.m.
Troy Soccer's 1-0 victory last week over rival South Alabama improved their conference record to 2s across the board, 2 wins, 2 losses, and 2 ties. But now it's time to look ahead to this weekend and continue to build from last week's win. But it won't get any easier with the #1 team in the Sun Belt Conference coming to town in Coastal Carolina. Head coach Jason Hamilton briefs the matchup ahead for his team.
Yeah, they're new to the conference this year. They're doing very well. They still have to play us in South Alabama, and they've got a tough schedule to finish off the season. But they're currently sitting in first place right now with South having a bad weekend, and they're very athletic. They're going to be similar to us. We've been very athletic the last couple years, and that's what's made us so successful. So it should be a physical game. It should be a fast game. We just have to take advantage of being at home and getting back to our winning ways.
Friday night, the Trojans will welcome Coastal Carolina to Trojan territory with a 7 p.m. start over at the Troy Soccer Complex.
And if one soccer match isn't enough for you this weekend, Trojan fans, then hang around for Sunday's matchup against Texas State. It's senior day, and the Trojans still have something to prove in Sun Belt Conference play. They're not giving up, and head coach Jason Hamilton wants you to know it.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we've been so successful at home the last few years, and we've had such a great, support system from our fans. So, we've really just challenged our players to go out there this week and get the fans back in the stands. Let them know this is their last opportunity this fall to watch us play. And, they've been there for the past couple of years, and they're going to see 4 seniors off. And, hopefully we can come away with 2 wins this weekend and be sitting in really good shape to possibly win the conference.
Senior Day will kick off at 1 p.m. at the Troy Soccer Complex against Texas State.
And it'll be a full house in Troy this weekend, not only with fans, but for sports as well. That includes the Troy volleyball team, who will be in Trojan Arena Friday night and Sunday afternoon as it hosts the Georgia teams. And they'll be looking to get some revenge after they both took down the Trojans 2 weekends ago. But first, it's Georgia Southern. The Trojans haven't had but 2 days to prepare for them. And right now, it's about winning now more than it is in the future.
But we're not playing for our future right now. We're playing to win matches, and we need to get a win to feel a little bit better about ourselves. And we have a couple days to get ready for Georgia Southern, and we're going to use the most of our practice time to get ready for them.
The Trojans will look to bring down the Eagles Friday night at 6 p.m. And then on Sunday, the Panthers will prowl in. But this time, the Trojans will look to keep the Panthers' paws off in a contest that begins at noon. Both games are in Trojan Arena.
It's been a few weeks since the cross-country team last ran, but Coach Brown and his Trojans will be back on the trails hot this weekend. Coach Brown is still shaping his team the way he wants, and with only a few weeks left until conference meet, he's running out of time.
On both the men's and women's side, we have, top 4 to 5 on the men's side and 4 on the women's side that we're pretty confident that we'll go with. We're looking, we bring 7 to the conference, so we're looking to fill in those gaps, in positions 5, 6, and 7 on the women's side. And a lot of that's going to be shown this Saturday. Is just kind of figuring out, this is the last hurrah. Let's see who's, with this in mind, who's going to actually show up and kind of fill that void that we have.
This weekend, the Trojans will be back on their home course down in Dothan for the Doc Anderson Invitational. The Trojans will run on this Saturday.
And the men's golf team will be back in action on Monday after being off for the past 2 weeks. Matt Terry and his group will be headed to Georgia to compete in a tournament hosted by Georgia State. And Coach is debating on when his group will take off. But he has the preview right here, so let's take a listen.
We'll leave probably Saturday, debating on going to homecoming for very long because we can get over there and practice a little earlier, and we may end up doing that. But it's a course we like. We played well. We finished 3rd there last year, so the guys like it. We've been preparing on a similar golf course, similar courses, trying to set ours up in the same way. It's a shorter golf course, but quirky. It's something you can't really go really low on because it's got enough tricks to it. You got to play pretty smart, a lot of trees, but the guys really like it. Guys really like the place, and I'm looking forward to getting them over there. They're playing well right now. We just hope we kind of pace ourselves into next week.
Oh, come on, Coach. Let the guys stay for a game. A 2:30 kickoff time, but when the team does actually make it to Duluth, Georgia, they'll compete in the Autotrader.com Collegiate Classic. Competition will go all the way down to Monday and Tuesday.
The men's tennis team will be back on the courts this weekend, serving in the ITA USTA Regionals from Thursday through Monday in Auburn. Let's hope the men can get back to bringing home titles while also keeping their streaks of not being shut out alive. And as for the women's tennis team, well, they'll also be competing in the same competition, but in Tuscaloosa instead. Well, that's all the time we have for Trojan Sports Now. Check us out online at youtube.com/Troy Trojan Vision to catch anything you missed.
For Jahmal Kennedy, I'm Ryan Renfrow. Thanks for watching, and as always, go Trojans.
Trojan Sports Now.